and good morning, Miss Aisha. I'm Azman bin Rosman from University Malaysia Pahang. My matrix ID number is TQ21061. The purpose of this interview is to request for consultation on effect of cyberbullying on recent days, and this is actually a part of assignment for subject UHS1022 soft skills. And first of all, I would like to apologize for my team members as they cannot attend for this interview. And so I think we're gonna start with the interview now. And first of all, Ms. Aisha, can you introduce yourself?
Okay, my name is Nur Aisha Nadra. I am one of the board members for MIASA Malaysia. MIASA is a mental illness awareness and support association. So we are basically a peer group base that the NGO is to support people with lived experience, people who struggle with mental health basically. So I am the head of operation and account manager for MIASA.
What is meant by cyberbullying?
Okay, cyberbullying is actually a form of bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets that can occur through SMS, short messaging services, text, apps, and also online in social media, forums, or even gaming. Where people can view, participate in and share contents. So it is also includes sending, posting, or sharing negative and harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. So even sharing personal or private information about someone else that cause embarrassment or humiliation is also a form of cyberbullying. So some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behavior. So that is cyberbullying.
What are the examples of cyberbullying faced by the victim?
Okay, cyberbullying faced by the victims. What are the examples? Okay, sending mean texts like sending mean texts telling them that something mean to someone, not verbally but through the internet, through online, posting them on their pages, sending mean texts. When we say about bullying, physically bullying or verbally bullying, we can directly say it to someone in front of us, in the class or something like that. But then with cyberbullying, sending mean texts is also one of the examples of cyberbullying. Pranking someone, make prank calls, that is also a cyberbullying. Being rude or mean to someone when playing online games. When we play online games, we get very competitive and we get carried away, and we being rude. That is also cyberbullying. Spreading secrets or rumors and also pretending to be someone else is also an example of cyberbullying. So another thing is when you post private or embarrassing photo online or spreading them to others, that is also an example of cyberbullying. Starting a website that creates someone's appearance. I don't know why they do this, but apparently some people do this, and that is also cyberbullying. Ridiculing others, and even when friends joking around, that sometimes doesn't mean any harm, but sometimes it is hard to tell if someone is just having fun or trying to hurt you, especially online, because we cannot see their facial reaction, things like that. So sometimes when we call them out, they laugh it off with just kidding, or don't take it so seriously. But from the victim's perspective, especially when something is sensitive to them, or it might be something that is something that they insecure about, that is also considered cyberbullying.
This cyberbullying has a bad effect on person. What is the effect faced by the victim?
Okay, of course it is as cyberbullying is actually as bad as bullying physically or verbally, because when we when we are bullied physically, it shows on it shows bruises, it shows that you were being punched or something like that. Verbally, you get hurt by listening to someone being mean to you, but cyberbullying also has a bad effect on a person. So what is the effect is, okay, this is the research that have been done lah. Okay, late teens who were cyberbullied is reported considerably higher levels of anxiety, sadness, self-harm, suicide attempts, and antisocial conduct than those who were not cyberbullied. So as a result, late teenagers who are active in cyberbullying have greater psychological issues than those who are not. So 1 in 5 young people globally reported having skipped school due to cyberbullying and violence. So this is reported by the UNICEF, United Nations Children's Fund, and the UN Special Representative of the Secretary General on violence against children. So other than that, cyberbullied children and young adults under the age of 25 are more than twice as likely to self-harm and engage in suicide conduct. So this shows that cyberbullying have effects on their psychologically. Yep. So other than that, it also has been researched that it relates to a variety of PTSD symptoms. PTSD is post-traumatic stress disorder. So as well as more intrusive thoughts and avoidance behaviors. That this is all mental health issues.
Every problem of bullying can be solved well. We as knowledgeable human beings, what do we need to do to avoid this cyberbullying, Miss Aisha? Can you answer that?
So yeah, of course. So this cyberbullying is not just the victim's part of, it's not even the victim's part to avoid it, to eliminate the cyberbullying, but it's in all level, in the government level, in home, parents, school, teachers, we as a society. So what we can do to avoid this cyberbullying from happening is, the first thing is to implement policies to protect children and young people from cyberbullying. Alright, so when there's policies, these children are protected by law. You know what I mean? And then the second one is to establish and equip of national helplines to support children and young people during their moments of need. For example, like Talian Kasih 15999. Are you familiar with it?
Yes, I've heard it before.
Yep. So that kind of support, that kind of helplines is what these children and also young people need, because usually that the age of a person, a human that generally involved in cyberbullying is mostly kids and young adults, because they, just because they are young and innocent, they don't know how to protect themselves yet, right? So by having these helplines, they know where to go, they know where to report it. So we as parents or teachers, we should introduce the helplines to them, so that if they don't have, at least they have if they don't have the safe space at home, probably, we don't know, right? If they don't have the safe space at school, they can call, they can reach out to someone. So another thing is the advancement of ethical standards and practice of social network providers, specifically in regards to the collection, information, and management of data. That is the reason why we see, like, for example, Facebook, they have age limit, right?
So to prevent.
Yes, to prevent these kids, young children to be exposed from this. But then what happened today is that we teach them to lie on their age, right? They can just register with older age. So that is not supposed to happen.
I see. Okay.
So another thing, yeah. So another way to avoid is if you are bullied, if you are cyberbullied, to collect and save all of the information or messages that related to the cyberbullying. So it can be used as proof to take action against the bully. Yep. So and then this is very important. Is to educate teachers and parents on how to prevent and respond to cyberbullying. Particularly for the vulnerable groups, because they are the ones affected the most. Because why? We teachers and parents need to realize that this is an issue. This is a serious issue, because we tend to like parents would say, or that they just say something, just ignore them online. But to our children, to these vulnerable groups, it is something very big. When we ignore them, when they come to us, it could contribute to more problems in the future. So parents and teachers need to be fully equipped to know how to handle when someone when their children or their students come to them and report the cyberbullying issue. So the next step is very crucial.
As a concerned person or someone who has faced this problem of cyberbullying, what is the way for them to report the cyberbullying to their superiors?
Okay, so if you think you're being bullied, the first step is to seek help from someone that you trust, such as your parents, a close family members, or another trusted adult, maybe your teacher, something like that. In your school, maybe you can reach out to a counselor, or maybe your favorite teacher, either online or in person. You have to seek help from someone first. So and even like I mentioned before, if you're not comfortable talking to someone that you can search for a helpline in your country to talk to a professional counselor. So like in Malaysia we have 1599. In Malaysia we have a lot actually. From MIASA we also have 24 hours helpline for crisis, for anyone who is in crisis that need help, they can call us. Yeah. So another thing is, if the bullying is happening on a social platform, consider blocking the bully and formally reporting their behavior on the platform itself. But the social media companies, you have to know that social media companies are obligated to keep their users safe. So if you're on Twitter or if you're on Facebook, that's when there's a lot of people reporting a post or someone, they will be taken down. So that is one step to prevent this from happening. And then like I mentioned before, it can be helpful to collect those evidence, those text messages, those screenshots of social media posts, to show what's being going on. And for bullying to stop, it needs to be identified, and reporting is the key. So it can also help to show the bully that the behavior is unacceptable, And if you are in immediate danger, then you should contact the emergency service lah. So if you are in immediate danger, but then usually for cyberbullying it's accumulate.